I'm Meg from Tokyo. In this video, I will share 10 important entry rules you should know before entering Japan.
There are many things to prepare for when traveling to Japan. I will cover the new duty-free system starting in April 2025, how to avoid crowds when entering the country, and the taxes you need to be aware of when returning home from Japan.
We also offer private tours in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. If you are interested, please contact us through the link below. Additionally, I have recently launched a membership program. Check out the link below in the same way. Alright, then let's go. Number 1. Japan's Esta system. The Japanese government has decided to fully introduce the Japanese version of Esta, also known as JSO, by 2030. I've covered this information in my previous video, but I'm sharing it again because it's very important.
This new system requires travelers from visa-exempt countries to register their personal information online before departure. Specifically, they must declare their purpose of entry, name, passport details, place of stay, and information about any business partners or travel agencies they will use to the Immigration Bureau. Upon the introduction of Esta, travelers will be able to enter Japan smoothly without direct contact with immigration inspectors, which is expected to significantly reduce waiting times. At the same time, Esta aims to strengthen immigration screenings by identifying in advance individuals who may be involved in terrorism or crime, thereby reducing the risk of illegal stays. Additionally, Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba recently stated in the Diet that Esta will be introduced as soon as possible, raising the possibility that its implementation could occur earlier than 2030.
Number 2. Visit Japan Web. Visit Japan Web is a service that facilitates entry into Japan by allowing travelers to pre-register online for immigration, customs declaration, and quarantine procedures. Although it is possible to enter Japan without using this service, the Japanese government recommends pre-registration.
There are 3 main advantages. First, it eliminates the need to fill out the customs declaration form provided on board. Second, it reduces wait times by allowing travelers to skip manned customs declaration counters. Third, it simplifies airport procedures by enabling travelers to enter the necessary information before their trip. The ability to skip long lines at customs counters is a significant advantage, especially during busy travel periods, and has been well received by travelers. An official manual is available to help guide users smoothly through the procedure. To provide a brief summary of the registration process, first, prepare a smartphone or computer and enter personal and passport information, along with the flight number of the plane you will be taking. During immigration and customs declaration, officials will check personal details, criminal records, and whether the traveler has been denied entry in the past. Additionally, travelers can register their quarantine information in advance and answer questions about their health condition. If someone is unable to complete the procedures themselves, such as an infant, up to 10 accompanying family members can be registered. Furthermore, travelers from countries that require visas to enter Japan can link their visa information in advance to streamline the process. Visit Japan Web does not have a dedicated mobile application. Registration must be completed through the website. However, it is possible to save information offline after registration.
Number 3. Changes in tax exemption system. I've introduced changes to the tax exemption system several times in my previous videos, but this time I will explain them more clearly.
In Japan, a 10% consumption tax is imposed on all goods except foodstuffs, but foreign tourists are exempt from this tax if they purchase more than a certain amount. However, this tax exemption system will undergo major changes starting in November 2026. One of these changes will take effect earlier, in April 2025, because the current system has been misused for customs fraud. 6 major changes to the tax-free system. 1. Elimination of separate shipment for tax-free goods starting from April 2025. This change may not significantly impact those who correctly use the duty-free system. Under the current system, people who buy duty-free goods can send them overseas later, for example, using a mailing service. However, This option will be completely abolished in April 2025. That said, if merchandise purchased at a duty-free store is shipped directly overseas by the store via a carrier, it will still qualify as duty-free. 2. Introduction of a duty-free refund system starting from November 2026. This change will make tax-free shopping less convenient for tourists. Currently, foreign tourists can purchase goods at duty-free stores without paying the 10% consumption tax up front. However, starting in November 2026, a refund system will be introduced. First, tourists must pay the full price, including tax, at the time of purchase. Then, the tax will be refunded later after customs checks the goods upon departure from Japan. Since the refund will be issued only after customs verification, this measure aims to prevent fraudulent purchases. However, it is less convenient for tourists as they will need to pay more upfront and wait for their refund. 3. Removal of the maximum purchase limit for duty-free items starting from November 2026. This is a positive change for tourists. Currently, there is a 500,000 yen per day limit on purchasing consumable items such as cosmetics, food, and medicine. After November 2026, this limit will be removed, allowing tourists to buy as much as they like. 4. Elimination of special packaging starting from November 2026. Currently, duty-free stores in Japan seal tax-free items in special transparent packaging to prevent use in Japan. From November 2026, this packaging requirement will be eliminated, making it easier for retailers but requiring tourists to be careful not to open tax-free items before leaving Japan. 5. Shortening of the time limit to take duty-free goods out of Japan, starting from November 2026. Currently, tourists must take tax-free goods out of Japan within 6 months of purchase. After November 2026, this period will be reduced to 90 days. 6. Mandatory registration of serial numbers for high-value items, starting from November 2026. This rule is unlikely to affect most tourists. Currently, there are no specific regulations for high-value items. From November 2026, any item costing 1 million yen or more before tax must have its serial number and other details registered in the purchase record.
These changes make the tax exemption system more complicated. Number 4. Faster entry system. If you visit Japan more than once a year, there is a program you should know about, the Trusted Traveler Program.
This program allows frequent visitors who are considered low risk for immigration purposes to use automated gates for entry and exit. Eligibility is limited to certain individuals, such as Americans enrolled in the U.S. Global Entry Program, short-term business travelers, and tourists with a platinum rank credit card or higher, along with their family members. Additionally, applicants must never have been denied entry to Japan, must not have a criminal record, and must hold a passport from a visa-exempt country. How does it work? Once registered, participants no longer need face-to-face screening by immigration inspectors and can smoothly pass through automated gates at major international airports in Japan. How to apply? 1. Online application. Applicants must first enter the required information online and submit certified documents. 2. Initial screening. After arriving in Japan, they must undergo the usual immigration screening. 3. Secondary screening. At a designated registration location in the airport, applicants must provide fingerprints and a photo. 4. Issuance of registrant card. If approved, a registrant card is issued, allowing the applicant to use automated gates.
For those who qualify, this program significantly reduces waiting times at immigration checkpoints, making travel to Japan smoother and more convenient. To check your eligibility, visit the official website from the link below. Number 5. Prohibited Items. If you accidentally bring these items into Japan, you might have to pay a fine or to be denied entry.
As mentioned in my previous videos, there are 4 main categories of items that require special attention. The first is food, including meat products, vegetables, and fruits. The second is counterfeit brand products. The third is fur and accessories made from certain animals, such as crocodiles, tigers, and leopards. The fourth is narcotics, which require prior approval even if they are for medical use. Recently, an increasing number of homemade food items brought from abroad have been confiscated during baggage inspections. While sealed canned foods are allowed, other processed foods are prohibited if they contain meat, vegetables, fruits, or eggs, so extra caution is needed. For example, beef jerky, a popular American souvenir, cannot be brought into Japan.
If you are unsure whether certain items can be brought into the country, check the official website in advance. Number 6. Possible increase in departure tax.
The departure tax is a 1,000 yen per person tax charged when leaving Japan, regardless of nationality. Introduced in 2019, the tax is currently used to promote tourism to Japan and improve tourism infrastructure. However, with the rapid increase in foreign visitors in recent years, over-tourism has become a problem in many areas. As a result, the Japanese government is considering expanding the use of tax revenue as well as raising the tax amount. Currently, proposals to increase the tax to 3,000 yen or 5,000 yen are being discussed. In comparison, Egypt and Australia have departure taxes of approximately 3,750 yen and 7,000 yen respectively, which the Japanese government is using as a reference for further discussions.
Number 7. Purchase SUICA.
If you travel in Japan by train or bus, SUICA and Pasmo are indispensable. Both function essentially the same way, with the only difference being their operating companies, so it does not matter which one you choose. These IC cards not only facilitate smooth travel, but also offer convenience by supporting cashless payments at convenience stores and restaurants. In addition, they are compatible with all major transportation systems in Japan, eliminating the need to purchase tickets. This is especially convenient for those visiting Japan for the first time. In June 2023, sales of SUICA and Pasmo were temporarily suspended due to a semiconductor shortage. Then, in September 2024, sales of the registered SUICA, which requires personal information for registration, resumed. While this was great news, the name-registered system requires additional steps and takes more time to issue. Finally, starting in March 2025, sales of the non-registered SUICA will resume, making it easier to purchase at airports, station ticket vending machines, and convenience stores. The non-registered SUICA is especially convenient for tourists and short-term visitors, as it does not require personal information, further enhancing its ease of use.
SUICA is an IC card that is particularly popular among tourists. Check out another video for more details. Number 8. Possible increase in Chinese tourists. The Japanese government has announced visa relaxation measures for Chinese tourists, which are expected to increase the number of visitors from China.
On December 25, 2024, Japan established a new 10-year tourist visa for Chinese nationals. This is expected to increase the number of repeat visitors and expand tourism options in Japan. China has also reintroduced a short-stay visa exemption for Japanese passport holders, extending the period of stay from 15 to 30 days. This will facilitate smoother travel between China and Japan and may increase tourism demand not only in major tourist destinations, but also in regional areas.
The rise in tourists from China, a country with 1.4 billion people, will boost Japan's tourism industry. However, Japan will need to improve hospitality services and take steps to manage overcrowding. Number 9. Introduction of pre-clearance system. Japan doesn't yet have a permanent pre-clearance system.
However, it was tested for a short time at Taiwan's Taoyuan International Airport in February 2025. In this system, an immigration officer from Japan checks passports, takes photos, and collects fingerprints in the departure airport's waiting area before boarding. This process allows part of the Japanese immigration inspection to be completed before departure, thus reducing the time required for inspection upon arrival and streamlining immigration procedures. The program was available to visitors traveling to Japan on specified flights to 13 airports operated by 4 Taiwanese airlines. It applied regardless of nationality, as long as the duration of stay was 90 days or less for a short visit. This initiative was initially limited to Taiwan, which has a high number of visitors to Japan. However, discussions have recently been underway between Japan and South Korea regarding the potential introduction of the system. It remains unclear how widely the pre-clearance system will expand to other countries, but further implementation is expected in the future.
Number 10. Digital Nomad Visa. Japan's Digital Nomad Visa was introduced on April 1st, 2024.
This program allows foreigners who work remotely under contract with a foreign company to stay in Japan for up to 6 months. The visa applies to positions such as IT and software development, digital design, online secretarial work, and management of foreign companies. It is specifically designed for remote work and does not permit employment with a Japanese company. Applicants must be nationals of approximately 50 countries and territories that can enter Japan without a visa, including the United States, Germany, and South Korea. Additionally, they must have an annual income of at least 10 million yen and submit a tax payment certificate along with proof of income. Furthermore, applicants are required to have private medical insurance that covers more than 10 million yen for medical treatment related to injury or illness.
Although working for a Japanese company is not allowed, this visa presents an excellent opportunity to experience life in Japan. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like button. See you at the next video.